Everybody? A bit more energy. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Yes, that is what I came. So I have been given the task of going through the president's homework. I think remember at the end of the year the president gave us an assignment to go through this book. Yes? Holiday package. Yes, this was the president's gift to us. And the author is, who can pronounce the name of the author? Not Adnan. Please, Banji. Who is the first author's name? Bandicam. Yes. And as a disclaimer, she's not my cousin. Really, I'm just presenting here. So if you are a critic of the 168-hour assignment, this is not a session when we do this, okay? This is a session where we see what she has to share and how it can add value to us. Alright? Alright, yes. So I want us to open our minds and see how we can make the most out of our 168 hours. Is that alright? Yes. Yes. So, most of us, next slide please, have had this statement before. Work-life balance. Work-life what? Balance. How many people have work-life balance? So nice. Yes. How many are pursuing work-life balance? Yes. Sorry to let you know, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like work-life balance because work is part of life. So as you pursue it, I don't know, maybe you want to live life and work, or you want to work and live life. But you can, live with them in sync, basically. Yes. So the balance doesn't exist. So let's first demystify that. Yes, the balance doesn't exist. However, what happens is that we have an opportunity in this life to do all the things we've ever dreamt about doing. Yes, who believes that?
I do.
Yeah, there are a few people. By the end of this presentation, you will have believed that you actually have all the time in your life to do all the things you have ever dreamt about. And that is what Laura attempts to do in the 168 hours, the book, saying that you have more time than you actually think that you really do. And we are going to see how. How many people were able to do the exercise before I even go further? How many of us did the exercise? Okay, read the book.
Yeah.
Listen to the book. Yes. All right, did the exercise. Yes, thank you, Miss and President. Good job, guys. So for the rest of you that didn't, we have an opportunity this morning. So first things first, on the journey to achieve work-life balance, which I've already said doesn't exist, you start the exercise by the next slide, President. By creating a list of 100 things. But because we don't have time for 100, I'm going to ask you to get a paper. One of these, I think all of you have. Even the visitors, if you're a visitor today, you have gotten more than 70,000 worth of time. All right, so all of you get one of these? Yes? Davina, what are you saying? I don't need to tell them. Those that have it know what to do. I didn't tell them. But for the rest, I have to tell them, yes, don't use your phone. It's either remarkable or a paper. Yeah? Either remarkable or a piece of paper. I'm sorry, yes? So get a piece of paper or you're remarkable. All right. Next slide. All right, but today, Pastor Solomon, you are going to create 10 of them. You're going to write 10 things that you dream about doing. Do not be businessy about it. Yeah, don't talk about what you want to do, which client you want to get, not that sort of thing. Just some 10 things you would like to do. Maybe you want to climb the Everest. Maybe you want to go to the Himalayas. Maybe you want to, you want to be the sunrise president. What a show. Maybe you want to, I don't know, what is it that you want to do? Yes? So please, don't look at your neighbor's papers. The answers are not there. They're in your head, guys. So quickly, the 10 things you want to do. Ideally, you should do 100, but for today's quick exercise, let's do 10. Out of this world, do not be philosophical about it, spiritual, no. Just those things you dreamt about. Maybe it's something you dreamt about when you were 15, you were 12, you were 20, you were 30, and you think time has gone, you can't do it. Yeah. So imagine, whatever it is, 10 of them. If you can surpass 10 before I say stop, you can write up 20 of things you dream about. Don't over-focus on the business, don't make them businessy or work-related. They are just out there. If you want to weave a basket, you want to, direct a movie, you want to act in a movie, whatever it is, just write them down, 10 of them. Maybe it's a skill, maybe you want to learn how to play the piano or the xylophone or a drum. Maybe you want to become a photographer, whatever it is. Just write all of them there, 10 of them. You can go more than 10, even better. You can get to 100 in this short time, even best. That's even better. Jenny and Ololi, I don't think your dreams are the same. Please. You're negotiating. No, please. All of you write
Still valid.
Everybody write your own dreams. Please don't copy your name by Jenny. Oh, Daniel.
Sharon, those who did the homework already, what do we be doing?
Look at those who haven't.
On our remarkable.
On your remarkable. Look at them. If you already did the homework, look at your top 10. All right, are we done? Was it easy to do that? Or some of you are still on 2? I would be very worried if you're just on number 2. How many have done 10? Okay, how many do you have done 20? How many have done 15? How many have done 12? How many have done 10?
That's it. 50.
50. Well done, Tika. Aha. 50. No, 50, no. 10. Who has done 10, guys? Guys, 10. 10 of them. You have done 10. So we have 4 people. How many have done 9? 8. 7. 6. 5. 2. Guys. Alright, guys, this is supposed to be a very easy thing to do. You should be able to quickly come up with 10 things that you want to do in this lifetime. That before I go, I would be happy if I left and I have done these 10 things. So, for those of you who are not able to, you have a bit more introspection to do after here. Yeah, you have a bit more. Yes, you should have had 10 in the shortest time possible. Because this list, you need to have 100 of them. 100 of them. Because you have a whole massive life in front of you. Yeah? Ideally, if you're leaving the earth at 90, if you don't have 10 of them, what are you going to do after 60? That's when most people do the balance of the list. Anyway, but it's okay, don't worry. You still have the rest of the hours of this week to finish this exercise. So why couldn't you do 10? Somebody out there, why couldn't you do 10? What was the challenge?
Because you took business out of the video.
Thank you very much. I like that answer. Very honest. Because I told them not to write, and it's been business related. Yes? And that is why you feel like you, next slide, you don't have enough time. Because most of the time, you feel like you're always working, especially for entrepreneurs. You feel like it is work, work, work. You wake up, you dream, your dreams involve business, your dreams involve customers. Like that is what it takes all the time. But in the book, Laura mentions that you have enough time to do your business as well as live out your dreams. That your life cannot be about business. There is more to life than your business and your job as an employee. You have a lot more going for you than just your business. And that's what she's trying to teach us and to help us. So it's not really a time management tool, but rather a time-saving tool that allows you to do a lot more in this life than just the thing that seems to have taken over your life. For an entrepreneur, it's their business. For an employee, it might be their boss. So you have a lot more time in this life to do the things that you truly dream about. So first things first, when you go back, make sure you write a list of 50 dream list, the things you'd like to do in this lifetime. 50 of them. And trust me, you can get to 50 because she goes to 100. And she lives outside countries. And you know what this is. These places are a lot nicer. So trust me, you can get a number. So in enters Laura with her solution. Next slide, Mr. President. In enters Laura with her solution of 168 hours. You have more time than you truly think that you do. Next slide, Mr. President. So who believes they have more time? Laura, yeah? Laura, apart from Laura. Who said that? Was it happening? Who else believes they have more time? Yes. So Laura's, in the summary of Laura's book, you have 168 hours in the week, obviously. Alan, is that true or false? You have 168 hours in a week?
It's adding.
Why is adding? A day has how many hours?
24.
A day has how many hours? Guys, don't fear, don't fear. There are no wrong answers. It's an adult session. Every answer is correct. Yes, or no?
You guys don't sleep, it just goes on.
There's 24 hours.
24 hours. Well done. Guys, come and get another muffin. Yes. And then, how many days are there in the week? 7 times 24. Well done. Clap for yourself. 7 is 168. So from the 168 hours, on average, people spend about 56 of those hours doing what? Sleeping. Doing what? Sleeping, depending on how long you sleep. How many people sleep for 8 hours? I think it's based on 8 hours.
Yes, it is.
It's based on 8 hours, right? Yes. So people sleep 8 hours, but entrepreneurs I know sleep less than 8. This is for employees usually. Yeah. But entrepreneurs sleep less than 8 because there are 2 of those hours where they are dreaming about you are in where they are so I know exactly. Intermittent sleeping, exactly. So for entrepreneurs, 6 hours. But everybody, we give him about 56 hours. Yes. But if you work on your business very well, you'll be able to get those numbers.
Yeah, thank you very
That's what we
much.
promise. You got it? Thank you very much. All right. And then they spend another 56 doing what? Working. For the entrepreneur, I know you feel like they're more than those. Maybe when I was doing this exercise, I feel like I spend the whole time working sort of on something or somewhere or dreaming about something. But we're giving it an average about 8 hours. The average person should spend about 8 hours working. An entrepreneur is not the average person. So please, yeah, I know people in your head will say no, no, no. But guys, let's do a normal life, a normal person. Yeah? So 56. So when you add those two, you're left with a number of how many? How many hours?
56.
How many hours? 56 of them. Yeah. So that is already showing you that you have quite a chunk of hours in your life to do many other things. To do what?
Many other things.
Many other things. Many other things. You might say you haven't accounted for sleeping, for bathing, for eating, for traffic, what else? For errands, for time with my spouse, for NAM, for G77, for my children, etc., etc., etc. All right? For traffic, for BNI, all right? Some people feel they don't even have enough time for BNI. Next slide, Mr. President. So Laura advises that the first thing to do, because some of these things are in your head, you think that you spend a lot of time working, but when you actually track your time, you're not working. You're not actually working. Sometimes you think I spend so much time eating, but on average you spend maybe 15 minutes eating. Sometimes you think I spend so much time with my spouse, but you find that you actually do not spend any time with them. Yeah? Because when you're both sleeping, you're not spending time together. You're sleeping. You also don't count those as time with my spouse. No.
Hey.
So, yeah, sleeping. No.
Sleep outside of the house.
No. Yeah, I let your both sleep properly, but otherwise, then the whole So sleeping in the same bed and you are asleep, you've not spent time with your spouse. Yeah, exactly. You guys have been counting that as time with the spouse. No, my friend, that is not time with the spouse. So you think you spend so much time doing so many things, but you actually do not. So Laura encourages us to do an exercise where you track your life for 2 weeks. It's a bit hard, so they say on average at least 1 week. How many people were able to track for those people that did the exercise? if you're able to track at least one day in a
Remarkable,
week.
guys. Keep quiet.
Yeah, I knew Doris had done it. Well done. So it's a very intense exercise. But if you're genuinely keen on work-life balance and doing those 50 things you dream about doing, you will commit to the exercise. It's a tough one, but it is actually possible. So at the top of each hour, you can put an alarm to ask to tell you to take a note of what you've done. Those with a remarkable, even better. Yeah? More power to you guys. Yes. Those without, you can use an Excel sheet. It's okay. Even an Excel sheet works. So from when your day starts, this person's day starts at 6 a.m. That is so late. Me and I will finish open networking. Anyway, but that person starts their day at 6 a.m. So they write everything they do the whole day. The whole day. It's a tough exercise, but really, if you want to do more with your time, you will do that. Otherwise, you're going to stay in the same state, feeling like I don't have time to do the things I truly love. So if you want to, you have to commit to the exercise. If you don't want to, more power to you. And if you want to, I encourage you to actually track your week for a week. Exactly, for a week. Why? Because you're going to be able to see that these extra 56 hours they talked about, what do I spend them doing? Am I really working, or am I doing other things? Am I on social media? Am I on WhatsApp for 4 of those hours, which means you're wasting a lot of time? Am I doing other things that are not valuable? Next slide, Mr. President. So what that exercise does for you, it is going to help you come up with something like this. You're going to find out that I actually don't spend as much time as I think working. Maybe I spend actually 40 hours and not 56. Because sometimes you can be busy, but you're really not working. You feel busy, but you're not really working. You're not really big, exactly. You're busy being busy, but you're not really working. So when you do that log, you realize that, actually I spend 55 hours a day working on my business. Alright? 56 hours of sleeping, they maintain them, but maybe you spend, like Mr. Beast, I think he's up at 3 following his message of today. So maybe he doesn't spend 56 hours sleeping as he thinks. Yes? And then eating and commuting and family time, those are about 42 hours. You actually might think you spend so much time in traffic, but maybe it's actually 30, 45 minutes. Man, I take 1 hour to come from Jira, but maybe it's 30. Yeah, maybe. I said maybe, but the only way you can find out is if you've done the time sheet. If you've not tracked it, then you're it's just yeah. So you have to track to actually know what you're talking about. Otherwise, they are estimates. For example, when in her book she talks about a housewife who thinks she spends most of her time taking care of the children and the home, but when she actually did the law, she doesn't spend that much time taking care of the home. She doesn't spend that much time cooking, cleaning, as much as she assumed. So most of the time we think we don't have. We are assuming we are spending it doing the things we claim to be doing, when we are actually not doing them. So eventually you find that there are 30 more hours in your week to do many of the things that you do. So many of us don't have dreams because we don't think we have the time to do the things that we want to do. But you actually have the time to do the things that we have to do. Many times we think, I can't do one-to-ones. There's no time in my week. But there's actually time in your week to do those one-to-ones. You think you don't have time for BNI, university, business builder, but you actually have enough time. I don't have time to look for referrals for people, but you actually have the time. Because you've seen in 42, they've not mentioned BNI, so there are 30 more hours left in your week. When we did that assignment, when I personally did that assignment without, anything, I realized I have an extra 7 hours in the week where I do nothing. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Yeah, because I was really honest with my social media hours, I don't know what, but so I found that I can actually get 7 extra hours in my week. Wow. 7. Yeah, and I thought I was so busy. But there's 7 where I can redeem time. Alright? So the whole idea is you need to track your week and be honest about what you're doing If you want more time, if you don't want, please let the meeting end, go back to business as usual. However, if you feel like you have so many things you want to do, but you feel you don't have enough time, this activity is very, very good. So, when you track your time, you will see where you lose time, where you waste time. You will see those repetitive activities where you can work around them to do other things. To do other things that you want to do to save time. For example, you might find that you spend 1 hour eating. If you spend 1 hour eating, you can do something else as you eat.
Social media.
Eat with your children, eat with your spouse. Yeah, so that you're killing 2 birds with 1 stone. You're eating as well. If you feel you don't have time for your spouse, then eat lunch with them. Alright? So you have made time, okay? You have been able to re-engineer around something you do all the time. Because most of us eat every day. 3 or 4 meals a day, depending. Some people get to 5. So, yes, you can actually spend time with your spouse, with your children, around eating. Children like to eat. So if you feel you don't have time, not having enough time with your children, what time should you eat? Then be intentional about eating with them to be able to redeem time with your children. That's a bit of what this exercise will help you to do. It will also help you to delegate. You realize that I do this task, but do I really need to do it? Do I need to do it? Can't I get a PA? Can someone in the office help me? Is there an app that can help me do it a lot faster? Because you realize that I spend so much time, maybe sending emails, maybe making a schedule, maybe booking my calendar, whatever it is. All right? Do I need something? Do I need to go online? Maybe you spend so much time shopping. Maybe you need to shop online. You need to shop UK.
Yeah.
Maybe, who knows? Come on now. Yeah, maybe you spend your time online suffering. Yet you can just send her a message of the item you want, and she finds it. You get what I'm saying? Yes, because you spend too much time shopping online, and yet there is a personal shopper here. All right? So that's what this activity is going to help you do. Remember, we are trying to get more time to do the things we truly like, not more time to work in your business. That you already do without anyone telling you. So that one you already do. So what else does it help you to do? To plan ahead. If you realize I'm spending 1.5 hours in traffic, maybe I need to move a bit earlier. Or when is the traffic list? Maybe there are days I should work from home as opposed to going to the office because I'm spending 1.5 hours. Maybe during the holiday time, because I'm a business owner, I can actually work from home, spend time with my children, and still be able to get the best out of my life. My children will feel their bucket is full, I've been able to do their assignments, I don't always have to show up in the office. So that is what that tracking shows you. It brings to reality the time saving that you can actually do. All right? It also tells you your ideal concentration hours. Usually they advise that you should work for, because an average human being easily gets distracted. Work intensely for 30 minutes and then take a 2-minute break or 5-minute break, so that you can maximize the hours. Because sometimes I think I spend 8 hours, but I actually spend 3 because 4 of those or 7 of those I'm reflecting because I'm not concentrating anymore. So that is basically what she is trying to help you to do in the 168 hours. So for those of you that didn't do the assignment, and yet you have 20 things you want to do in this life, this is the very assignment you should actually do. For those of you who can't be bothered, it's also okay. Everyone and their life. All right? So today we are going to do a quick practical exercise. We're going to start you on the journey. Each of you has a? Yes. All right. Again, you cannot check with your neighbor. We are going to try and fill it out even when we don't know what we do. Don't tell us. Let's be honest. Yeah, no pressure. There are no prizes for who has the best schedule. So we are going to try and work on just Monday. So depending on what you do and what time you wake up. If at 4 you are asleep, please put asleep. So we're doing 4 a.m. between 4 and 4:30. Yeah. You can put sleep. So you can put Z. When you put Z signs, meaning you are asleep. Let's do it quickly. You can put it up to when if you wake up at 5, yeah. So you can use the 2 columns based on what you do. So if from Monday to Sunday at 4 you are asleep, you can just go across and put sleep. Alright? Who is asleep at those hours? Put sleep quickly. The next one, that's the first 30 minutes, 4:30 to 5. If you are asleep, put you are asleep. If you're praying, put praying. If you're waking up your children, put waking up children. If you're cooking, if you're making cattle, please.
Tell them they have these markers to color code. Tell them they have markers to color code their time.
Yeah, you have markers, those who don't like to write. You can use pink. Pink means sleep, or blue.
Highlighters.
They are highlighters. Of course, you can use blue, so you can have it as colorful as possible. But make sure you know what the colors mean. Alright? And the remarkable, Davina, you will have a moment with them in the corner. The remarkable members are always help your clients. Alright. Yeah, remarkable users, if things are tight, you can use a paper in the meantime. Feel free, it's okay, we won't judge you, we won't judge you. Alright, so the next hour is what? Alright, we're now at 5 a.m., right? Between 5 and 5:30, what are you usually doing? If you're still sleeping, please go ahead. If you're working out, do what you do. Yeah, continue sleeping. It's okay. If you're working out, write working out. Whatever it is you do at that hour. But be honest, because on Sunday maybe you don't work out. So maybe you're sleeping. Maybe you work out 3 days a week. Just put that you do in those hours. On Wednesday, maybe you're on your way for BNI, maybe you're showering. Whatever it is, put it there at those hours.
We shower every day.
Pardon?
We shower every day.
You shower every day?
Yeah, not just
yes, but the hours vary. Yeah. On Wednesday, maybe you shower a bit earlier than on Monday or on Thursday. So just put what you do at that time. Because you haven't done the exercise of tracking your weight, it might be a bit tricky, but just off the top of your head, you'll be able to go and do this exercise separately. Alright? So we are between 5 and 5:30. Then 5:30 to 6. What are you doing 5:30 to 6? If you're going to the gym, if you're doing a brisk walk, whatever it is you do, are you praying? Are you reading your Bible? Are you, studying? Are you meditating? Are you planning your day? What do you do at that hour at the evening? Reflection. Is there a recreational activity you engage in? Please go ahead and fill it out. Are we doing the exercise? Is anybody lost? You can check with your neighbor. If you're not following, you can check with your neighbor very quickly. If you don't know what you're doing, you can leave it blank. If you have no idea what you do at that time, or some days you're doing nothing, it's okay. You're on your way to Victoria School. Wow. Okay. All right. So, what time now? 6 to 6:30. Oh, we're done with 6 to 6:30. 6 to 6:30. What are you doing at that time? If it's repetitive, you can put it in all the spaces. If it is not, let's just do Monday. Yeah. Visitors, I hope you're okay. People who are sitting next to a visitor, help the visitor. Don't let them get stuck because we want them to go with their money. If there's a visitor next to you, check on them, make sure they are fine.
The visitors help us me.
If there's a member that joined your chapter this week, help them as well. Right. Okay, we're at that hour. What time are we at again now? Ken has already gone and said it's at 8:30. Okay, quickly. What do you do 7 to 7:30? Yeah, put it in what you do at that hour. Are you in traffic? Are you dropping kids? Are you making breakfast? Just put what you do at that time. If it is something you do every day, even better. If you're not sure if it's a repetitive activity, give it blank. If you're like, sometimes I sleep, sometimes I wake up, sometimes I run, sometimes, please don't put sometimes. Yes,
sure.
That's why I said recreational. Yeah? Please feel free to go ahead of me. If you have 9 p.m., please put your recreational activity where it's from. Is Ananda someone? I don't know. But we're here to help everyone. Yeah, we're here to help everyone. Okay? So please don't forget, because that's an important thing. If you have it scheduled, even better.
Hamis doesn't have enough hours.
If you have it scheduled, it means you're a more intentional human being. So more power to you. Pardon?
Hamis has no hours left.
All right, now continue feeling in. However, there are those things that you know you do. If you go to bed at 10, you can quickly go down and sleep. If you go to bed at the same time, you can put that there. If you eat lunch at the same time every day, 1 p.m., you can go ahead and fill those parts out. So there are those things you know you do automatically. If every Wednesday at 5:30 you're in the gym, you can go and put those in automatically. So there are those things you already know you do no matter what. If you go to church on Sunday, if you are at the mosque on Friday, if you are at the temple on Wednesday, please, you already know what you do every week. There are those repetitive things you do no matter what. Just go ahead and fill them in earlier if you repeat them. Yes.
You said we're doing Monday. Why are
Yes.
you talking about church?
Yeah,
You can
some
go
go
to
and go ahead. There are those repetitive activities, so you can fill them in wherever you are.
Because church begins on Monday.
Church begins on Monday.
If you know, you know.
Sunday's garage.
Yes, because we want to do as much as possible, leaving the blanks out. So if you have any repetitive activity, you can do it anywhere in there. You know, every Wednesday I do something, because you can pick the code. That's not, don't put spontaneous. We want repetitive only. Repetitive activities, put those in right away. If you have a Monday meeting, if you have a sales meeting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, whatever it is, repetitive, fill them in as quickly as possible.
Excuse me.
Yes, sir.
Writing gossip is
It's what?
Gossiping.
Gossip? No.
It's not recreation.
No, it's not recreational, it's not advisable. Those are things that waste our time. Then we could be doing other things that, finish our trip list. Yes, this year.
I would give a tip for something we call it eat the fruits first.
Tell us about it.
Let me bring that frog.
It's that
Big
frog.
thing.
You prioritize your task, eat the frog, hardest task of the day.
Yeah.
Put it on your priority, on your calendar. You finish the hardest one, that's what we call eat the frog, the difficult part of the day.
Thank you very much. So that's a tip for prioritizing. If you struggle with prioritizing and see what's important, the hardest one is the one we should do first at all times. Are we done? Have we put everything that we do repetitively? If you pick the kids at a specific time, if you have an assigned date night with your spouse, please put it in there. You know, every Thursday you go out with your husband, wife, girlfriend, fiance, whatever it is. If you meet your friends faithfully every Thursday, please put it in as long as it's repetitive. It's best that you put it in. If you're sure about work, put in the work hours. If you're sure, the ones you're sure you're working, you're genuinely working. Of course, your PNI meeting should be there. That's a very repetitive task. Every Wednesday, 6:30 to 9 sometimes, is PNI. Some people say they stay in PNI up to 10, so they know that up to 10 they'll be at PNI every week. So put that in as well. If you're sure when you're working and you're certain that you're working, put that in as well. Because we are first taking care of everything that is repetitive. Remember, we said we assume we work 8 hours, so you can put that in. We assume, but we know it's not really 8. You will realize that you have pockets of time. Of course, this we're doing without our tracking, but you will realize there are hours that you have that you can do the things that you truly like to do. If you say you don't have time for one-to-ones, you can realize that you have hours in the day when you can actually do one-to-one. If you don't have time to do the CEUs, you actually realize there are pockets of time when you can do those things. Yes, Mr. DC.
A normal member without multiple roles, the ideal time per week is 8 hours, including the meeting. So meeting time usually 3 hours, and 1 hour for BMI University as per our power of one. And remaining you have another 3 plus 4, another 4 hours, right? Which include you can do 2 one-to-ones. One you are going to other person and somebody is coming, including press. Yes. Ideal one-to-one time should not exceed 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Going beyond that, talking.
It's recreational. It's gossiping.
Exactly. So we have time at that time. So once you filled in, done your repetitive tasks, if you know I do my one-to-ones every Tuesday, blah blah blah, you fill this in. So at the end of it all, you realize there are pockets of time that you are not using. And that is basically what the 168 hours exercise is supposed to help you do. To realize where you have time available to do other things with your life, as well as make the most of your time. So of course this was a very short time to do this exercise, but it has given you an insight into what the president and the leadership team were trying to help you do. Many of us are behind on our one-to-one CEUs, I don't know what, all sorts of things, because we think BNI takes so much of our time because we are so busy and there's this BNI thing. But I think you realize there's actually time to do the things you need to do and truly need to be doing to make your life better, to make your time in BNI better, more fruitful, and to deliver the best from the money that you are spending in BNI. And allow us to have a closing quote. Who can read for us the closing quote? Hajar, please. Hajar is my name, or what I'm doing.
Oh, sorry. Already moved on.
Yes, thank you.
By saving time.
Sorry, Hajara. There it is. Hey. There.
Maybe you should.
We don't build the lives we want by saving time. We build the lives we want, and then time saves itself. No work. Thank you very much. I hope it has been useful for you.